All right, guys, it's our last lesson. We are going to end. We're still going to be doing systems of linear equations, but we're going to be doing story problems, which books like to call modeling. We all think of them as story problems. Okay, these are something, again, that the SAT loves. A lot of times they will write you the equation, but a lot of times you will have to write the equations, and that's what we're working on today. Okay? It's very easy to get overwhelmed with these. Just take it one step at a time. The first thing that you want to do is to choose your variables and decide what they stand for. Okay, so I'm going to call Joe is going to buy jeans and t-shirts. So the number of pairs of jeans that he buys, I'm going to call J, and the number of t-shirts that he buys, I'm going to call T. Okay, so think about how many jeans and t-shirts he's buying. Well, the next sentence doesn't tell us that. The next sentence tells us how much each of them cost. So let's keep reading. He spends $160 on 5 items. So if I add together my jeans and my t-shirts, I'm going to get 5 items. Okay, so that's just my number of items. That's what my first equation is. Then my second equation is going to be the cost of each. So each pair of jeans costs $40. So the amount that he's spending on jeans is 40J. Each of the t-shirts costs $20. So the amount that he's spending on the t-shirts is 20T. And if I add those together, he is spending $160. Okay, so the first equation is the number of items. And the second equation is the money. Okay, $40 for each pair of jeans, $20 for each t-shirt, total of $160. And from this point, you can solve this system in either of the ways that we learned. Well, you could graph them, so 3 of the ways, but I don't think you want to. You can do substitution or you can do elimination. I'm going to do elimination because it's my favorite. I'm going to multiply the top equation by 20. 20J plus 20T equals 100. The second equation I'm going to do nothing to. And when I subtract these, the 20T's are going to go away. So 20J minus 40J is negative 20J. Don't worry about that being a negative. It's not a problem yet. 100 minus 160 is negative 60. Can you see why it isn't a problem? Because then when I divide by negative 20, J is going to be 3. Okay, so he bought 3 pair of jeans. Okay, and then we can easily put this back in here to find out how many t-shirts he bought. Well, he bought a total of 5 items, so he must have bought 2 t-shirts. So 3 pair of jeans and 2 t-shirts. And what I really like about these problems is that it's very easy to check and see if that makes sense. 3 pair of jeans at $40 a piece is $120. 2 t-shirts at $20 a piece is $40. He spent a total of $160, which is what they told us in the problem. Okay, so it's very easy to check and see logically if your answer makes sense. Okay, so you're going to be writing for each of the problems today, and there are 4 of them on the homework assignment. You're going to be writing 2 equations, and then you can solve using substitution or elimination, whichever you prefer. Okay, and that's basically it. I've got a couple more examples here to show you in case that didn't quite click, okay, and that light bulb hasn't gone on yet, but that's basically the idea. Okay? The next one, which on the worksheet, by the way, I didn't print out the worksheet. I was having trouble with my printer, so I've just handwritten these, but they are on Google Classroom if you want to print out the notes as well as the worksheet. Okay, hopefully you'll have better luck than me with the printing. Okay, if not, just write the assignment out. It's only 4 problems long. Okay, so for the explain one, Bobby's buying coffee and hot chocolate for his coworkers. Okay, so I'm going to call my coffees C and my hot chocolate H. Okay, how many did he buy? So the number of items, I like to get that one out of the way first. Okay, he bought a total of 8 cups. So coffee plus hot chocolate is 8. Okay, and then my second equation is going to have the price in it. Okay, so how much does each coffee cost? $2.25. So if I multiply that by the number of cups of coffee, that's how much he spends on coffee. The hot chocolate is $1.50. And the total that he spent is $15.75. Okay, I'm going to multiply the top equation by $1.50. I could do $2.25, doesn't matter. $1.50 seems easier to do in my head. So $1.50C plus $1.50H equals 12. $1.50 times 8, that seems right. Okay, 12. Then I'm going to recopy this equation. And I'm going to subtract these. By the way, I should have done a substitution. I'll try to do a substitution on the next one if it makes sense. I just jump into elimination every time because it's my favorite method. Okay, so when I subtract, again, this is gone. 150 minus 225 is negative 75. And this is equal to 12 minus 1575 is negative 375. And I'm going to divide both sides by negative 75 cents. So negative 3.75 divided by negative 0.75 gives us 5. Okay, and that's my number of cups of coffee. 5 coffees. Okay, and I know that they add up to 8, so I must need 3 hot chocolates. Okay, there's our 8 items, and I can double check this part as well. So 225, let me clear that out. 225 times the 5 coffees plus $1.50 times the 3 hot chocolates, and he spent a total of $15.75, which is what they told me. Okay? All right, last example. Student is buying pens and markers for school. Packs of pens cost $2.75 each. Packs of markers cost $3.25 each. If you bought a total of 6 packs and spent $17.50, how many of each did I have he and she? Okay, we should probably make them match. Okay, if she bought a total of 6 packs and spent $17.50, how many of each did she buy? Okay, so I'm going to call again pens and markers. And if I add them together, I have a total of 6 packs. Okay, so again, that first one is the number of items. The second one is going to have the price in it. So 275p plus 325m equals the total that was spent, $17.50. Okay, and let's solve this one by substitution for those of you that like that method. So I'm going to subtract m from both sides, and p equals 6 minus m. And I'm going to substitute this in for p. Okay, remember, you can do any method you want. So if you want to stick with elimination, that's okay. Doesn't matter. So I'm going to plug this in. 6 minus m plus 325m equals 1750. I'm going to solve this for m. So I'm going to distribute 275 times 6 is 1650 minus 275m plus 325m equals 1750. So I just distributed, and now I'm going to gather my like terms together. I'm going to put these two together. Okay, so I'm going to subtract the 1650 from both sides. Kind of doing two things at once here. I hope that's okay with you. That's $1. Okay, and negative 2.75 plus 325 is 50 cents times m. And if I divide by 50 cents, m is going to be 2. M is 2, so 2 packs of markers. Make sure you label your answers. That's very important. Okay, and if you bought a total of, she bought a total of 6 packs, this will be 4 packages of pens. And again, I can check to make sure that that works. 275 times my pens, which there were 4, and 325 times my markers, which there were 2, and this should add up to 1750, and it does. Okay, so there are 3 examples for you guys, and there are 4 problems in the homework assignment. Okay, good luck. It's been great teaching you guys, much better in person than online, but we made it through. Okay, I will see you guys Tuesday in our last Zoom meeting. Okay, bye for now. Have a good weekend.